Did you know some pennies are worth far more than just 1 cent? In fact, there are certain pennies that have sold for millions. From rare minting errors to special limited editions, these 5 pennies could turn your spare change into a small fortune. Imagine walking into a store, paying for a cup of coffee, and getting a 2006 penny as part of your change. You probably wouldn't think much of it, right? After all, it's just a penny. But what if I told you that your 2006 penny could actually be worth far more than 1 cent? What if it could be worth hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars? Sounds crazy? Well, it's not. There are some rare and valuable 2006 pennies that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for, especially if they come with a unique minting error or are in exceptional condition. The 2006 penny may seem like an ordinary piece of currency, but it holds a few interesting secrets. The design of the 2006 penny is part of a long-running tradition. For the first time since 1959, the reverse side of the penny was updated. The famous Lincoln Memorial, which had adorned the reverse of the penny for decades, was replaced with the new design, a shield with 13 vertical stripes and a banner across the top inscribed with the words E Pluribus Unum. This was part of a larger shift in U.S. coin design, where each year saw a new reverse design for the penny, culminating in the shield design we recognize today. But aside from the new design, the 2006 penny is special for another reason: it marks the centennial of the Lincoln penny. That's right, in 2006, it had been 100 years since the first Lincoln cent was minted, and the U.S. Mint celebrated this milestone by issuing special versions of the penny. But just like any other coin, some 2006 pennies are more valuable than others. In fact, if you're lucky enough to have one of the rare errors or varieties that were struck that year, your penny could be worth far more than its face value. Let's dive into what makes the 2006 penny stand out in the world of coin collecting. First, let's talk about minting errors. These are the kinds of flaws that occur during the production process, and they can make a coin significantly more valuable. The most common type of minting error you'll find with the 2006 penny is the doubled die variety. As the name suggests, a doubled die occurs when the design on the coin is stamped twice due to a misalignment or error in the die used to strike the coin. This results in a coin with doubled features, such as the lettering or numbers appearing blurry or duplicated. One of the most well-known examples of a doubled die on the 2006 penny is the 2006 Lincoln Memorial doubled die. The error occurs on the reverse of the coin, where the words United States of America appear doubled. You can see this clearly when you examine the coin closely. There's a noticeable doubling in the letters, which makes it a prime candidate for a coin collector's wish list. If you have a 2006 penny with this error, it could be worth a lot more than just a penny. In some cases, a 2006 double die penny can sell for hundreds of dollars, depending on the condition of the coin and how much the collector is willing to pay. But minting errors aren't the only thing that can increase the value of a 2006 penny. Condition is another major factor. As with all coins, the better the condition, the more valuable the coin. Coins that are in mint condition, meaning they have no visible signs of wear or damage, are worth more than those that are worn down or scratched. If you find a 2006 penny that looks almost brand new, with sharp, clear details and no obvious signs of use, it could be worth significantly more than a typical penny. Coin collectors grade coins based on their condition, and they use a scale known as the Sheldon scale to do so. The scale ranges from 1, which is poor condition, to 70, which is perfect, flawless condition. If you happen to have a 2006 penny that is in perfect, uncirculated condition, it could be worth more than you might think. A 2006 penny in mint condition could sell for several dollars, and if it's in exceptional condition with no visible imperfections, it could fetch even more. But there's one more thing to consider: the mint mark. You'll notice that most pennies have a mint mark that indicates where they were produced. In 2006, the U.S. Mint issued pennies from 2 different locations: the Denver Mint, denoted by the letter D, and the Philadelphia Mint, denoted by the letter P. While the P mint mark coins are relatively common, the D mint mark pennies are often more sought after by collectors, especially when they come with unique features like errors or minting flaws. the 2006 D penny is particularly noteworthy because it was produced in larger quantities than the Philadelphia version, making it more abundant. However, certain errors or the overall condition of the coin can make it much more valuable. For example, a 2006 D penny with a noticeable double die or in mint condition could be worth far more than a standard 2006 penny from Philadelphia. At this point, you might be wondering how you can check your own 2006 pennies to see if you have a rare or valuable one. It's actually pretty simple. Start by examining the coin closely. Look for any doubling on the letters or numbers, especially in the words United States of America and E pluribus unum. If you see any unusual doubling, you may have found a rare double die penny. Next, check the condition of the coin. If it looks pristine, with no wear, scratches, or signs of use, it could be worth more than face value. If you think you found a valuable 2006 penny, it's important to get it professionally graded. There are a few reputable grading services, like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, that can evaluate your coin and determine its authenticity and value. Grading services will give your coin a grade based on its condition, which can significantly affect its market value. Once graded, your coin will be assigned a grade based on the Sheldon scale, and this grade will help determine its worth. If your 2006 penny is in top condition and has an error like a double die, it could be worth hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars, depending on the rarity of the error and the overall demand from collectors. While not every 2006 penny will be a hidden treasure, it's definitely worth taking a closer look at the pennies you come across. If you find one that has a minting error, is in great condition, or comes from the Denver Mint, you might just have a valuable piece of U.S. history on your hands. Now, here's the kicker. There's one more thing about the 2006 penny that could completely change how you look at your change. What if I told you that there's a secret feature in some 2006 pennies that could make them worth a small fortune? A feature that most people don't even know about. Stay tuned, because in the next part of the video, we'll uncover the secret behind this rare and elusive penny feature. You won't believe what you might have in your pocket right now. Imagine you're casually sifting through some change, tossing pennies into a jar without a second thought. It's easy to overlook them, right? After all, a penny doesn't seem like it's worth much. But what if I told you that a 2001 penny in your pocket could actually be a hidden gem, potentially worth hundreds of dollars? No, this isn't a joke. Some 2001 pennies carry rare features or minting errors that could make them incredibly valuable to collectors. The year 2001 may seem like a long time ago, but when it comes to coin collecting, it's a year that holds a lot of significance. You see, certain 2001 pennies are sought after for their unique features. So, let's take a closer look at these pennies, what makes them so special, and how you might just have one of these rare coins sitting around in your change jar. First off, let's talk about the general design of the 2001 penny. The 2001 penny, like the pennies before it, features the famous Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side and Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse. But beyond the basic design, the 2001 penny is notable because it marks the transition to a new era of penny production. This was one of the last years that the U.S. Mint used the traditional Lincoln Memorial reverse before it switched to the more modern design of the Union Shield in 2010. So, it's a piece of history, even if you don't find an error or rare version. But just because the 2001 penny is a standard penny, it doesn't mean there aren't exceptional cases out there. In fact, if you look closely at some of the 2001 pennies, you might find something interesting, like a rare minting error that makes certain 2001 pennies stand out from the rest. One of the more famous errors that appears on 2001 pennies is the double die variety. A double die is a minting error that occurs when the die used to strike the coin is improperly aligned or malfunctioning, causing the design to be stamped twice. This results in the letters or numbers on the coin appearing to be doubled. In the case of the 2001 penny, this error is most noticeable in the words Liberty and In God We Trust on the obverse side of the coin, where the lettering may appear blurry or doubled. These errors are extremely desirable to collectors because they're a rare occurrence, and a doubled die penny is significantly more valuable than a regular penny. If you have a 2001 penny and notice that the lettering is noticeably doubled, you might just have a valuable coin on your hands. These 2001 doubled die pennies are harder to come by, so when one is discovered, it can fetch a good price in the market. Depending on the extent of the doubling and the condition of the coin, these error pennies could sell for anywhere from a few dollars to several $100s or more, but wait, there's more to the 2001 penny than just this one error. There's another factor to consider that could increase the value of a 2001 penny: its condition. Condition plays a huge role in determining the value of a coin, and this holds true for the 2001 penny. If you find a 2001 penny in mint condition, meaning it has no visible wear, scratches, or damage, it could be worth more than its face value, even if it doesn't have any errors. Coins that are in excellent condition are highly sought after by collectors. Coin collectors use a grading system to evaluate the quality of a coin. The Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70, is used to assign a grade to each coin based on its appearance. A coin with a grade of 70 is considered to be in perfect condition, with no imperfections. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. A 2001 penny that is in uncirculated or near perfect condition could be worth much more than the typical penny you find in your change. If you happen to find a 2001 penny that looks almost brand new, with no visible scratches or wear, it could be worth a significant amount. Even if it doesn't have an error, the coin's pristine condition will make it attractive to collectors who are looking for high-quality examples of U.S. coinage. So, how do you know if you have one of these rare 2001 pennies? First, take a close look at the coin. You'll want to examine the lettering, particularly in the words Liberty and In God We Trust, to see if there's any sign of doubling. If you see a noticeable doubling, you've likely found a double die error coin. If there's no doubling, the next step is to check the condition of the penny. Is it in mint condition, with no visible signs of wear or damage? If so, you could have a penny that's worth more than 1 cent now. Let's say you found a 2001 penny with a potential error or in excellent condition. What should you do next? If you think you have a valuable coin on your hands, it's important to get it evaluated by a professional. A reputable grading service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can help you determine the authenticity and value of the coin. These grading services are widely recognized in the coin collecting community, and getting your coin graded by one of these services can increase its value and provide you with a certificate of authenticity. Once your coin is graded, you'll have a better idea of its value. If your 2001 penny is in mint condition or has a minting error, it could be worth far more than just a single cent. The price can vary depending on the rarity of the coin, its condition, and how much collectors are willing to pay for it. While most 2001 pennies are not worth more than their face value, those with the right errors or in exceptional condition can be highly valuable. So, the next time you find a penny from 2001, take a moment to examine it carefully. You might just discover a rare coin that could be worth a lot more than a penny, but here's the cliffhanger: while the 2001 penny has its share of valuable coins, it's not the only year with these rare and valuable errors. In fact, there's another penny, from a different year, that's even more valuable. Curious to know which one? Stick around, because in the next part of this video, we'll reveal another penny that could be worth a small fortune. The 2001 penny is just the beginning of your coin collecting journey. Stay tuned. What if I told you this tiny coin in your pocket might be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? The 2000 US penny, a coin so common you probably haven't thought twice about it, holds secrets that could turn an ordinary piece of change into a collector's treasure. Did you know that over 14 billion pennies were minted in 2000? That's billion with a B. But here's the twist: not all of them are the same. A select few carry unique traits, errors, or variations that make them incredibly valuable. And if you have the right one, you could be holding something worth far more than a penny. Among those billions of coins, some were struck with errors at the mint, and these imperfections are what drive collectors wild. One of the most famous errors is the double die. If you closely examine the reverse side of the coin, especially the lettering in United States of America or E pluribus unum, you might notice a doubling effect. This isn't just a flaw, it's a jackpot for collectors. Imagine this: a tiny mistake during the minting process turns an everyday coin into something auctioned off for hundreds of dollars. A single double die penny from 2000 could change the way you look at loose change forever. Another fascinating feature of the 2000 penny is the elusive wide AM variety. It's subtle, almost invisible to the untrained eye. On most 2000 pennies, the A and M in the word America are close together. But on a select few, there's a noticeable gap between the letters. This wide AM variety wasn't supposed to be in circulation, but mistakes happen, and now these pennies are sought after by collectors around the globe. And let's not forget about naked pennies, those missing their copper coating, exposing the zinc core underneath. These pennies are silver gray instead of the usual copper color. While rare, finding one could mean you've stumbled onto a coin worth significantly more than its face value. So why did these errors and variations happen? It all comes down to the minting process. The US Mint produces billions of coins each year, and with such a massive volume, even the slightest mistake can slip through quality control. Misaligned dies, worn-out equipment, and even human error play a role in creating these one-of-a-kind coins, but it's not just about errors. The year 2000 was also a turning point for coin enthusiasts. Pennies from this era often serve as a gateway for new collectors, sparking curiosity about the history and artistry behind everyday currency. If you're wondering how to spot these rare coins, it starts with close inspection. A simple magnifying glass and good lighting can help you uncover features like doubling, unusual spacing, or missing layers. Pay attention to mint marks too. Pennies from Philadelphia have no mint mark, while those from Denver are stamped with a D. Both can host unique variations that make them valuable. The real question is, could one of these rare pennies be hiding in your change jar right now? Imagine the thrill of finding a wide AM penny or a double die error when you least expect it. But there's more to this story. One specific feature of the 2000 penny could make it even more valuable, a detail so subtle, even seasoned collectors sometimes miss it. You won't want to miss this next part because we're about to reveal a secret that could completely change how you see the coins in your pocket. Could this be the key to uncovering a hidden treasure? Stay tuned. Imagine you're casually sorting through your spare change, tossing pennies into a jar or tossing them aside without much thought. We've all done it. Pennies seem so insignificant these days, right? But here's the thing. That ordinary 2002 penny you just brushed off could actually be worth far more than its face value. That's right, there's a whole world of rare and valuable 2002 pennies out there, and you might be holding one right now. In the grand scheme of US coinage, the 2002 penny might seem like just another routine issue, especially when compared to the older, iconic coins we all know and love. But for coin collectors and enthusiasts, the 2002 penny is far from ordinary. There are rare variations of the coin that make it highly collectible and potentially very valuable. Today, we're going to dive deep into the fascinating world of the 2002 US penny, uncovering its secrets, examining the rare errors that make it so sought after, and showing you exactly how to spot a valuable 2002 penny in your pocket change. First things first, why is the 2002 penny so special? The answer lies in a unique and elusive error that appears on some of these pennies. It's something that many people overlook, but to collectors, it's worth its weight in gold, or at least a whole lot more than the standard 1 cent. So, let's start by talking about the close AM error, one of the most famous and sought-after varieties in the world of US coin collecting. The 2002 close AM penny is a unique variation of the regular penny that was produced by the US Mint, and it's an error that occurs on the reverse side of the coin. Specifically, it affects the spacing of the letters in the word America. Normally, the A and M are spaced quite far apart, but in a small number of 2002 pennies, the A and M are too close together. This slight misalignment occurred and the US Mint used a proof die for striking the penny instead of the regular business strike die, resulting in this distinctive error. The untrained eye, a regular 2002 penny and a close AM penny look identical, but the subtle difference is there. It's all in the spacing between the letters. If you closely examine the reverse side of your 2002 penny and see that the A and M in America are unusually close together, you've found something valuable. While it's a small error, it's enough to make these coins worth a great deal. Collectors have been scouring their change for these elusive close AM pennies, and finding one can be like striking gold. Now, you might be wondering, how rare is this error, and what's it worth? Well, the 2002 close AM penny is considered to be one of the more scarce and desirable error coins of the 2000s. Only a limited number of these coins were produced, which makes them highly sought after by collectors. In fact, depending on the condition and the quality of the coin, a 2002 close AM penny can sell for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. However, this doesn't mean that every 2002 penny is worth that much. If you've got a regular 2002 penny with normal spacing between the A and M in America, it's worth exactly 1 cent. So, how do you know if the penny you're holding is a true close AM? The key is to closely examine the coin under magnification. A jeweler's loupe or magnifying glass will help you spot the subtle difference in spacing. The A and M will appear almost to be touching, or at least much closer together than usual. If you can spot this variation, you could have a valuable penny in your hands. The 2002 close AM penny is not the only rare variation that could be hiding in your pocket change. Another thing to keep in mind is the condition of the coin. Like all coins, the condition of a 2002 penny can dramatically impact its value. If your penny is in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could be worth more than its face value, even if it doesn't have any errors. Coins that are graded as mint state, meaning they have no visible wear and tear, are highly desirable to collectors. To understand why condition matters so much, it helps to know a little about coin grading. Coin collectors use a system called the Sheldon scale to grade coins, with values ranging from 1 to 70. A coin that is graded 70 is considered to be in perfect condition, with no marks, scratches, or wear. For a 2002 penny to be considered in mint state, it must show no signs of handling, wear, or any kind of imperfections. If you happen to find a 2002 penny in this kind of condition, it could be worth more than the regular penny price, even without any errors. A coin that's been well preserved and looks brand new is a great find in the world of coin collecting. But wait, there's more. While the 2002 close AM is the most famous and sought after error, there are other rarities to be aware of. Coin collectors are constantly on the lookout for unique variations, whether they're due to minting errors, die wear, or other factors. Over time, some of these coins become highly valuable simply because they're unique. One example of another potential find is the double die penny. This error happens when a coin's design is stamped multiple times, causing the image to appear doubled. While the 2002 penny doesn't have as many double die errors as other years, there's still a possibility that you could find one. The doubling will be most noticeable in the lettering on the obverse side of the coin, particularly on words like Liberty or In God We Trust. If the letters appear blurry or are doubled, you could be holding on to an error that's worth more than a penny. If you ever come across a 2002 penny with clear double die marks, you'll want to have it properly examined by a professional. These types of errors are highly valuable to collectors and could sell for a significant amount, especially if they're in good condition. But remember, not all doubled coins are worth big money. Look for the most extreme cases where the doubling is clear and noticeable. So, how do you actually go about finding these valuable 2002 pennies? The answer is simple: start by looking through your spare change. The hunt for rare pennies is part of the fun, and you never know what might turn up when you least expect it. You can also check online auction sites like eBay, where collectors frequently buy and sell rare coins. But be careful, as prices can vary widely depending on the coin's condition and rarity. If you think you found a close AM penny or another valuable error, it's always a good idea to get it authenticated by a professional grading service, such as PCGS or NGC, to confirm its value. Now, you might be asking, is it really worth the effort to sift through your change for a penny that could be worth a few dollars or more? The answer is yes, absolutely. The world of coin collecting is full of hidden treasures, and while not every penny is worth hundreds of dollars, the excitement of discovering something rare is what keeps collectors coming back for more. But here's the cliffhanger: while the 2002 close AM penny is undoubtedly the most famous rarity, it's not the only coin out there with valuable errors. In fact, there's another penny, from a different year, that could be even more valuable. Want to know which one? Stick around, because in the next part of this video, we'll reveal another penny that might just be worth a small fortune. The 2002 close AM is just the beginning of your coin collecting journey. Stay tuned to find out more. Imagine going through your spare change, and there it is, a 1997 penny. You pick it up, barely giving it a second glance. It's just a penny, right? But what if I told you that this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth far more than its face value? You might be surprised to learn that some 1997 pennies are highly sought after by collectors, with certain varieties and errors fetching significant amounts of money. The 1997 penny might seem like just another coin from the late 90s, but it holds an interesting place in the history of U.S. coinage. That year marked a period of transition for the U.S. Mint, with some subtle yet noteworthy changes to how pennies were made. While most people don't pay much attention to their pennies, there's a world of collectors who spend hours poring over these small, often overlooked coins. Before we dive into the rare and valuable aspects of the 1997 penny, let's take a look at what makes the coin itself special. The 1997 penny, like other modern pennies, features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, front, side, which has been a mainstay of U.S. pennies since 1909. On the reverse, you'll see the familiar design of the Lincoln Memorial, which adorned the back of the penny from 1959 until 2008, when it was replaced with the shield design we now recognize. But what really sets the 1997 penny apart from its predecessors is that it was minted during a period of relatively high production, meaning that most 1997 pennies are not particularly rare or valuable in and of themselves. They were produced in large numbers at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and many of them are still in circulation today. So, if a 1997 penny doesn't have any major distinguishing features, how could it be worth more than a penny? Well, it all comes down to minting errors and variations, as well as the condition of the coin. One of the most common types of rare 1997 pennies you'll find is one with a minting error. Minting errors happen when there is a problem during the coin production process, such as an issue with the die, a malfunctioning press, or other anomalies. These errors can cause parts of the design to be misaligned, missing, or duplicated, and they can result in a penny that's far more valuable than a standard 1.1. Such error that collectors look for on the 1997 penny is a double die variety. A double die occurs when the design is stamped onto the coin more than once due to a misalignment of the die. This results in a penny where certain features, such as the lettering or numbers, are doubled or blurry. For the 1997 penny, a double die error would typically appear on the date or the words "Liberty" or "In God We Trust." If you happen to find a 1997 penny with this kind of error, you could be sitting on a small treasure. Depending on the severity and visibility of the error, a double die penny could be worth significantly more than its face value. In some cases, such coins have been known to sell for hundreds of dollars, but double die errors aren't the only type of minting flaws that can make a 1997 penny valuable. Another error to look out for is the off-center strike error. This happens when the coin is struck but is not properly aligned with the die, resulting in a design that is partially or completely off-center. This can cause the lettering and images on the coin to be shifted or incomplete. Off-center strikes can be highly collectible, and if you have a 1997 penny with this error, it might be worth much more than just 1 cent. There's also the possibility of a clipped planchet error, which occurs when the metal blank used to make the penny is improperly cut, resulting in a coin that has an irregular shape. Clipped planchet errors can make a coin appear as though a piece has been nicked or missing from the edge of the coin. If you find a 1997 penny with this kind of error, it can be a rare find, potentially worth more than a standard penny. condition plays a huge role in the value of a 1997 penny as well. Just like with any other coin, the better the condition, the more it's worth. If you happen to come across a 1997 penny that looks brand new, with no scratches, tarnishing, or wear, then you might have a coin that's worth a little more than its face value. Coins in mint state, meaning they have no signs of circulation and retain all of their original details, are always in high demand among collectors. A 1997 penny in mint condition could be worth a few dollars, especially if it's uncirculated, while the 1997 penny doesn't have any ultra-rare or well-known varieties like some other years. It is still highly collectible, especially for those who specialize in collecting pennies. The U.S. Mint produced 1997 pennies in two locations, Philadelphia, without a mint mark, and Denver, marked with a D. Both varieties are fairly common, but you might still find that some collectors are particularly interested in the Philadelphia version, simply because it was minted in smaller quantities than the Denver coins. However, neither of these mint marks tends to carry a premium unless the penny is in exceptional condition or has a minting error. Now, if you're wondering how to check your own 1997 pennies for any of these errors or signs of higher value, it's not as hard as you might think. Start by looking at the condition of the coin. Is it worn down, with visible signs of use, or does it still look crisp and new? A penny that looks like it just came out of a roll could be worth more than a penny that's been in circulation for years. Next, check for any noticeable errors in the design. Look for doubled letters or numbers, misalignment, or parts of the design that appear off-center or missing. You can also use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to examine the coin up close, as some of the smaller details are hard to see with the naked eye. If you notice anything unusual, like doubled features or an off-center strike, you might have a valuable coin on your hands. If you think you found a rare 1997 penny, the next step is to get it professionally graded. Professional grading services, like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, will examine the coin and assign it a grade based on its condition. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Coins with a grade of 65 or higher, out of 70, are considered to be in excellent condition and can fetch significantly more than a coin in lower grades. Once graded, you can determine if your 1997 penny is worth more than a few cents. In some cases, rare errors and high-grade pennies can sell for several dollars, and in extreme cases, they might even go for hundreds of dollars if the error is significant enough or if there's high demand among collectors. So, while the 1997 penny may seem like just another ordinary coin, it holds potential value for those willing to take the time to look for rare errors and unusual features. If you happen to find a 1997 penny with a minting flaw, in great condition, or with any kind of special feature, it could turn out to be more than just a penny. It could be a valuable piece of history. And here's the twist: you may have been collecting pennies your whole life without even knowing about a rare 1997 penny that's worth hundreds of dollars. Stay tuned, because in the next part of this video, we're going to show you the secret penny feature that could be hiding in your pocket, waiting to make you a small fortune. You won't want to miss it.